that's actually was my next question for you. Like, do you have any books for just, I want to just say just for photographers, but just like life in general that you would give somebody, like, let's say they was just 18-year-old or 19-year-old graduating from high school going into, life basically. Do you recommend any book? Like, do you got a book on top of your head that you would give them?
Do I have a book that I would give them off the top of my head? Man, I got a huge book collection for 18, 19-year-old coming straight out of college. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look in the phone for that one. But if I had to give people some books though, I think one of my top books for a photographer would be Light is Light by Dallas E. Logan. Dallas is a corporate photographer, and he's a coach. He's a teacher, and Dallas really knows light. And when I say it's broken down well, I've actually been working on a book similar to Light is Light with my own techniques of lighting. There's some modifications. Every photographer has certain dramatic lighting that they like to do to capture their own style. It's gonna be about my style, but Dallas goes through all of America's Next Top Models, sort of lighting and everything. And it has actual diagrams in there, like how far this needs to be, what modifier needs to be here. It's a really resourceful tool. So yeah, shout out to Dallas Logan for putting that together, because it is an amazing guide. I'm talking about you can take somebody who's not even a photographer and be like, yeah, shoot this. That's the camera. That's that. And they can look at a diagram and be like, okay, that's 6 feet, this 6 feet. Set the camera to this and that. The person needs to be this far off the background or this close to it.
Yeah. Man,
I'm talking about you can take an amateur and hit with that one.
You got to send me that. I got different.
And it's an ebook.
Is it?
So when you're shooting, and it has the poses and what every setup looks like when you shoot it, like what it should look like.
Yeah, you should send me that. Send me that after this for sure, because I ain't got any books on that like photography level. Like, I always just use YouTube. But I got books in like business and just like overall personal like life stuff. Like, I
got my book that I would give an 18, 19-year-old. Chick-fil-A, the owners of Chick-fil-A, they have a book called Wealth and Money. Is it worth it?
I ain't know. So who's the Chick-fil-A owners? I never knew the name. Do you remember the name?
Wealth. True Kathy or something like that. Yeah. I guarantee you if they type in Chick-fil-A books, it'll pop up.
I ain't know.
But when I say it talks about, of course, Chick-fil-A is like one of the most high-end fast food chains in the country. And it gives you a luxury experience without spending luxury dining dollars. Yeah. But they probably hold everything. So nobody owns a Chick-fil-A besides them. You can only operate it. And if you operate one, you can't own any other business. It can't be a passive income. So with that being said, in the book, it basically discuss the ways to get wealth, or it talks a lot about wealth, what it requires, what's it like, and then if you're willing to make the sacrifices. Because if you're not going to be willing to make the sacrifices, you're never going to attain true wealth at the level that Chick-fil-A has. And if you want to give somebody that Chick-fil-A experience, that book really gives you the mindset to sort of table that. So if you're 18, 19 years old, I feel like if I would have read that, man, I would have been contemplating becoming an entrepreneur, because I've been like, man, like I got to do all of this, and this. Yeah. And it's a roller coaster.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, especially in the beginning.
Because you got to peek out yourself first. You got to peek out your own earning potential. Then you're going to have to share that with your people that you bring in, your staff, your employees. So the roller coaster goes down a little bit. Yeah. Then you got to find new clients to pick it back up so that your earning can go back up. Yeah. And then now you want to scale. You want a franchise. So now you have to spend a lot of money scaling and franchising. So it's a roller coaster until you get to a point where you're just like, you should be constant. That's wealth. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No matter the variables that are changing, if you're constant, just know that you become wealthy.
I like that. And
that's new. I just came up with that right there.
Really?
I hit one right there.
I like that because I was getting a picture in my head. That's part of storytelling.
Yeah, that right there.
You think about it, because
That's
Every
business.
entrepreneur,
That's
yep.
entrepreneurship right there.
You go up and
But
down
once you
all the
hit
time.
wealth, yeah, that's that Chick-fil-A owner. They sitting at home right now.
That's tough.
But how many Chick-fil-A's in the United States are running? How many operators are making great money? How many staff members at Chick-fil-A are making really great money? How many people are having an amazing fast food experience right now? Everybody's winning.
Yeah, that's facts.
So yeah, everything's just constant.
That's crazy. And I like the fact that you said something about sacrifice, you know, because people, they hear the word, but like, man, starting in photography, wherever it is, it could be something totally different.
Yeah.
Understanding sacrifice, and it's a lot, because like, even I know you had your fair share, and of course I had mine, of course, like in the beginning. And I was like, dog, how in the devil I'm gonna get past this? You know, this event that was going on, and I just had a photo shoot yesterday with a football player, and I was telling him, like, man, you gonna have to, if you want to be something, no matter what it is, you gonna have to sacrifice something.
Exactly.
I don't care what it is, it's gonna have to just go. You can't be just, you might be down for a second, but just know it's probably the best decision you probably ever make if you sacrifice certain things.
Exactly. And you know, sacrifice appears easy when you first look at it. Most people be like, oh, I ain't gotta do that. Oh, that's cool.
Nah.
Most people would think of the things that they don't want to do as sacrifices. You know, things that they already currently don't want to do. That's not really a sacrifice. It's the things that you want to do that you have to give up that make it a sacrifice.
Yeah.
You know, like listening to music. I want to listen to music. Man, I love music.
Yeah.
But how much better is it for me to, you know, I'm listening to rap music. It's not talking about anything that's productive to helping me grow. Jack King Media.
All right.
You know, what if I swap out listening to rap music for an hour of reading wealth and money? Is it worth it?
It's gonna be way
what more?
with the
What
book.
did I gain?
And the thing about it, I call it is mental candy. You know, like
It is.
the music and stuff. I call it mental, because it's you get bad stuff from it, in a sense. Like, it's a time for it, because of course it's times where you need to relax the brain, but overall, trying to understand, trying to learn stuff and pick new things up and understand yourself better, you need to be in the books. Because I realized, like, they say most homes, I can't remember the quote, but they say if you want to be a real leader, let me see how many books you have. If you ain't got no books, you're not gonna be no leader.
And man, I tell you, I feel that's true. Most of my marketing clients, a lot of them are business owners. A lot of them do a lot more than Jack King Media does monetarily. I'm talking about what we do in a year. Some of them are doing in a month, revenue wise. And man, when I say every time I sit down with them, they're like, Jack, you read this book? They be like, yeah, let me send you that. I'm like, I thought I was the one coaching you.
They coaching.
So it's still a give take, and that's the thing about books and reading and knowledge. It's free.
Heck yeah.
All of it comes from God, and you know, it's up to you to share it.
Yeah,
you just gotta share it with the right people, and you receive some knowledge back.
And you gotta think about, like, you know, you gotta think about your values too. Like, what do you truly value? Because, like, some people rather pay, you know, $1.30 for a Coke instead of like $1 for a book. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Audible is $16 a month. You get 12 credits every month. I'm pretty sure that's like $1.50, $1.25 a piece.
Right.
Somewhere in there.
You rather buy, let's say that's just a scenario. You rather buy that, you know, just saying something like a drink. You can buy that drink all the time, but you're not willing to buy a book each month to learn something new. It's crazy how, like, the people, their values are so twisted. Like, okay, you buy this all the time, but the book that you can actually get something and maintain a peace of mind and wealth, you rather do that than this. It's kind of unbelievable. But, like, I would say the books, I would say use the first book I would say I would give to a 18-year-old coming out. Because I realized, like, people got trauma.
Ooh. Tell me about it. It affects you every day.
People got trauma. A lot of people got trauma. Whether it's you know, severe or whatever, people got trauma. So I found this book not too long ago. And my father, he showed me this book. and it's called Master Your Emotions. It's talk about your ego.
Hold on, I think I came across that book. I don't think I own it, but I think
you should read it, cause like you'll realize that when you down and when you sad, that's not really you. That's just you in that current state. You're not always sad. You had moments where you were smiling, enjoying. We went outside, man. It's a pretty day outside. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's not always you. And so understanding that you're gonna have these low moments, which trauma people have all the time, they feel like, oh, I'm not good enough. That's not who you are. You saying it is what's making you really think that, and you embody it. That's a part of the book. And then the other part is the ego. Like, for instance, I didn't want to go out often with a person because my ego, like, I ain't finna go do that. I want to do this. But I found out it was really my ego. It's really my ego the whole time. And I see other people, like with business, when they tend to do other stuff with their work, or just trying to show what they do, it's all an ego thing. They just trying to show people, this is what I do, this is what it's like an ego thing in a sense. You really think about it as an ego thing. So that's why I tell people, like, when I first got the studio, I didn't take pictures of it. You gonna see it regardless, because I gotta work in here. You know what I'm saying? It was, so my ego, I didn't let my ego get in there. Because you see how this place looked. I could have immediately, when I first got this place, took pictures, videos, but you can see I barely got videos when I first got it. And when I started on it, like.
That's Jack King Media too.
Yeah.
When you first came to the studio, I didn't even have a logo on the door. I think it was just flat.
It was. I remember that. I seen
yesterday,
the video. Yeah, go ahead.
When we had the ribbon cutting, man, people like, man, you just got here? I was like, nah, I've been here like 3 years. They were like, dude, I never know this was your space. I come looking here all the time. They was like, man, this is like one of the dopest places downtown. I'm like, nah, it ain't all that. Because to us, our visions aren't complete.
Yeah.
So our egos aren't really even in a place. And even when you look at people like Jay-Z, or let's not even talk celebrities, at that scale. Even when you look at like big businesses locally, like Edward Jones and all these banks and different things, you don't see these people flooding a lot. They provide something that help people. Jeff Bezos, he doesn't have to flaunt Amazon. It flaunts itself because it's doing something. That guy in China that has pencils for sale that nobody buys in his neighborhood, he put it on Amazon and people in the United States ship it.
Wow.
And get it in 2 days.
Wow.
The person over here looking for those Chinese pencils with matcha lead in them. I'm just making something up at this point, but you know what I'm saying? That person over here looking for something crazy that they can't get locally, where they just find that guy on Amazon and be like, yeah, I'm gonna buy it from you. They get it, and in 2 days it's here. And Jeff Bezos gets paid, they get what they want. That guy has a new customer, and this person has a product that's fulfilling them. Everybody wins. So yeah, if you and I feel like that's the biggest thing to your ego. Ego is about self.
Yeah.
When you let go of your ego, you can learn so much more. Like the fact that you have a podcast with other photographers. I'm pretty sure in some ways, when we talk about photography, I've shot in stuff that's on Netflix. I've shot in stuff that's on Vogue, but I still find stuff that I can learn from you.
Heck yeah.
And especially when we talk about video, your videography is definitely like. But I'm pretty sure when you stepped into my studio, you're like, he got that. Yeah, that may be good.
Heck yeah.
The ego would cause jealousy. Probably like, snap, he does what I do. This is competition. This is not, like, it's no reason to do that when the world provides enough for all of us.
Yeah. Because I know for a fact, when I first saw your work on I think the first time I seen it when we was going to your website, they were showing me your website. I was like, man, the website was nice, but what really makes the website pop was the work.
Exactly.
And I really I remember I went back to it a couple times when we had first met just to look at it, and I seen how you done the weddings and just your colors in general. It was like, that's tough. I like how contrasted your work is, because I feel like on my side, I used to be scared of that dark contrast, moody type stuff. I used to be scared of it sometimes.
And I'll be honest, I think that made it harder for me as a photographer now. Back then, when I did it, like people are going to like that moody contrast look. I don't know if on Instagram you notice like that rustic sort of vintage moody style. That's always been my style. The HDR where everything's crispy sharp.
Same.
Like you see concrete. It's almost like you can touch it when you look at a photo. I like that type of stuff. But now everybody's into this ultra smooth AI, false sort of body dysmorphia stuff going on.
It's different.
Man, it's so different. And I think honestly with photography, I sort of lost comfort with my style. So now I've started to incorporate the AI into it, and I think I'm starting to find something that's really, really special to me. Like that person, they want super smooth skin and whatever. I'll do that, but what about the rest of the photo?
Right.
Yeah, this person, when something feels soft, it feels expensive, like leather. So that person, they want to look soft in the photo, but what about the background? They're standing behind a metropolitan building, all glass. What does that glass show? It shows the crispness, all the different contrasting lighting around in the surrounding area. So I've just had to find a new way to express myself, and I'll be honest, that was my ego getting in the way. I'm like, man, this is my style. Like, why are you crapping on my style now? Y'all used to like it, but now y'all don't.